Good morning, Greg here, burning both ends. Burning on the front end of Sunday. It's July 15th, 2018, 7:34 a.m. Pacific. Another great Sunday here. Going to be spending some time with my two girls today. Actually, a lot of time. Well, weekends are big family time anyway, but the wife's out of town. And so it's just me and the girls. And so we're going to make some crepes this morning for breakfast. Should be pretty awesome. Going to do a quick post here and then get on to the day with the girls. So we have officially started week 7 of I-Core. So I-Core is this tech transfer training that I'm in at work. It's DOE funded. We're learning about all about the lean startup model. We're learning about the business model canvas, ecosystems, and the big thing is the customer discovery interviews. And our goal is 75 plus interviews. We're at probably 68, 69 at this point. And I've been putting a lot of work in this weekend on LinkedIn to queue up a few more. We had a few in the pipeline that are going to come through. I'm very confident that we'll hit our 75 plus. No sweat this week. And then the big thing for me is really focusing on the presentation. I have been talking about how with all the stuff going on with the program, I've deprioritized the presentations. And that's something that I want to switch this week. I'm still focusing on the interviews. I'm just going to put some more time in the presentation. I put some great work in yesterday. I was going through some of the data that I learned from Semicon West. I heard some great talks, and in those talks, some great market data. That's a lot of the things that I learn at these conferences, especially when you go to the keynote speakers and some of these more higher level, like funding, like where's the money going, who's investing in what, where is it tough to get money, all these things. This is all nice forecast market data to understand what's going to be challenging for us, and this all folds and very nicely to our presentation, because some of the topics of the presentation are of course, customer discovery. So part of this is definitely customer discovery. The business model canvas hasn't changed much for us, I have to admit. We pretty much locked that in pretty well about midway through this course. So things that are going to change that is if we were completely wrong about our direction, but it seems that we were right about our initial direction, and then these interviews have really led us to understand in greater detail specifically where we fit, how we fit, what it looks like from a technical approach, what it looks like from a business approach, and then of course the ecosystem that gets developed, because now we have a very thin sliver of where we're hitting. So now we know our customer's customer, we know who the big players are, we know where the market's going, and a lot of good data in some of these keynote talks that I heard at Semicon West. And then as far as the competition and available market, we also understand very well, there are 3 main players in this space that we're looking at. And of those 3, we know now very well what primary technologies each of the 3 has. We know what's the relative market share within our sliver of these 3 players, and who might be interested in gaining market share or who might be interested in keeping market share. And then as far as our partners go, I'm just looking at the outline for the talk. As far as our partners go, that really plays in big there, because we did learn very recently that the big company in this space has a small piece of our specific sliver, and they might be looking to move in and pick up market share. So a lot of good stuff there. And then just execute these interviews and just rock and roll. We have a really exciting one on Friday, as a matter of fact. We're going to speak to one of the real technical gurus within one of the companies, right? So we've spoken to a guru that's been in the space for a while, but he is now just a consultant. And so our next big technical conversation is on Friday. We're going to talk to the big 800-pound gorilla, big company, and like the head honcho there from a technical standpoint. So that's very exciting. And what's really cool is that he's read some of the things that we've given him, this like one page, or this high level one pager. He shared it with some folks, so there should be a good team there to give us some really good feedback from a technical standpoint. And that is that. The Success Journal continues to just crush it as far as keep me on track. Really appreciate that. So tonight's work, So the way that I've been doing my Sundays is the morning work is reviewing the last week, make sure that I've done all the little tasky things and all the major things, and then tonight is when I cut and paste into the new week and I start prepping for the new week. And it really just it sets a great tone, because it just what it does for me in my brain is it kind of begins to like itemize and file and prioritize things. And that's my big thing, right? The Success Journal provides organization. With organization comes clarity. With clarity becomes the ability to prioritize. With the ability to prioritize comes execution, which is, right, that's all that we do in business. It's all about executing. And it's all about having confidence that the execution is going to provide results, right? If I were to boil it down so simply, that's it. It's what are we doing? What's most important for right now? What can wait till tomorrow? What can wait till next week? And then what am I doing right now? Why do I know it's so important? And then what's the feedback that I know that when I did it, I accomplished something that moves us toward the vision, toward the success step, if you will, which is part of the Success Journal. So really providing a lot of good stuff, and I'm excited to use this for my side hustle. I'm excited to use this for my projects at work. Right, I'm going to be starting to project manage some big projects at work. And right when I get back in mid-August, we execute on this HBD project, something that I've been working on since I'd say the beginning of the year, but in a very part-time role. So we're going to execute that, and then I get into project managing these 2 other projects, which is really a full-time kind of gig. And I'm excited about that, and I'm excited to really use this Success Journal through that project. That's about a 2-year commitment. And if you remember, my contract ended in February, so now it's going to be extended. So that's really good. And that's it. So this channel is all about my journey as an aspiring entrepreneur. This is about the things I'm doing, the successes, the failures, the things I'm working on, the things the things that are the tools, the systems I'm putting in place to help me. So please subscribe if you like what you hear. Comment down below. Check out the description there. Oh yeah, ask me for help. I'd love to be of service. That's a big thing that I'm moving toward this year. Not that I haven't been of service before, but I'm really focusing on that. I really want to help people. I really like Gary V's like value first, front end value, don't expect things in return kind of concept. I'm practicing that. So please ask me for help down below. I'd love to be of help. And I just want to thank all the people that we've interviewed in the last 6 weeks that have provided tremendous help. It's amazing how helpful they've been. So we're really grateful for that. And check out the description. There's some good links to some motivational videos. There's a great podcast from Gary Vee interviewing former CEO of Home Depot. A really cool podcast. And then what else done there? Some great music. At least I think it's great music. And the beat in the background is an Afrobeat inspired by Fela Kuti and Tony Allen. Check it out. I wrote it. G Money is my alter ego. I write these drum beats. They're on SoundCloud. You can check them out if you like that kind of thing. And I will wrap there. So go out today. Have a great Sunday. Prep for the week. Crush it. Light it up. Do some great things. Inspire some folks. And I will see you tonight.